In terms of, others who may have or who may be looking to transition into a different industry, whether maybe they're starting out their career and they're thinking, their degree isn't what they actually want to go into, or they're at a point in their career where they just want to, try different skills. And if it's in an unfamiliar territory, just do you have any advice for anyone who would be going through that, looking to transition into a different industry or just try something new in general? Just from your experience, do you have any advice that you would give someone going through that?
So I've thought a lot about this, and I would say overarchingly, you have to have a growth mindset. You have to be willing to fail and start over, and you have to be willing to succeed and start over. So having an opportunity to speak about this idea of career transitions several times, I was challenged to come up with a 10-step plan. How would you give someone a 10-step plan? And this is what I came up with. I would say the first thing is you have to be grateful. I think that changes your thought process. It changes the way you look at the world. You have to have a plan. I always feel better when I have a plan. Nothing will take the place of actually doing the work. So doing the work, and then I think that there's a lot of talk in this idea of on-ramping and off-ramping from one's career to connect the dots. So when I think of connecting the dots, I think of finding the dots, connecting the dots, getting new dots, and then making those dots shine. And what I mean by that is you need to drill down and think about all your skills at a really, foundational level. And then you need to take a 10,000 foot view to figure out how those dots may connect. It's like, the analogy I use is you're watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and you're standing in, a street in New York City and you're shoulder to shoulder and all you can see is that little piece of the parade that you have, in your limited sight, as opposed to the commentator who gets to see the whole parade. So this idea of, drilling down to really understand your skills, thinking big in terms of how you can think broadly about those skills and how they may connect, figuring out where you may need to augment those skills. Mm-hmm. And then, I talk about making the dots shine. So you have to stay current and you have to reflect success. So that's part of doing the work. You have to stand out for the right reasons and you have to adapt a lot. And lastly, I think 10 out of 10, the word I use is help. I think it's really important. One of the first lessons I learned when I started in my career with HP was if you sincerely ask for help, most people will say yes.
Right.
So I'm not afraid to ask for help when I need it, and I'm really committed to offering help when I can.